Thank you for joining me here in Blue Pen Land here. What I want to do is explain the rationale behind the Millikan oil drop experiment. Okay, this is the basic idea. Okay, is that Millikan got like a mist. So if you can imagine a droplet that's part of a mist of oil that we spray into the air, he got this oil droplet in here. And then if you look at this, this is a positively charged plate. That's a negatively charged plate. So this is right? And this is positives here. And if this thing has excess electrons on it, we would have a force upward of electric field times charge, and then there's a force downward of m times g. And what Millikan did was he figured out a way to we knew the mass of this droplet. We knew that g was 9.8. And then the electric field we knew from the distance separating these things and the voltage across it. So we knew everything here except Q, right? And so they could use that to calculate Q, right? Now, the basic idea is this, is that Q is not a real number. Q is actually a multiple, right? Q, all charges are some multiple of the electron charge, where that is 1.602 times 10 to the minus 19th coulombs. I mean, we know this now. Millikan in this experiment, he actually determined what that value is. Okay. Now, if you're dealing with, a mole of electrons, right, we don't notice the addition of one single electron. But these drops had only a few electrons, like maybe they had 13 or 15 or 16 or 25 or 37, but they never ever had 37.14752 electrons. You can only have an electron or not have an electron on there, right? And so if Millikan measured enough of these drops, he would get, if he'd graphed here, if he graphed the charge, and then this is just, the drops, right? He would see that, you'd have like little steps in here. If we took all the drops, right, that it would be little chunks, and these chunks would be, each one would be E high. So this might be one electron on the drop. This is all the drops that had 2 electrons on them, all the ones that had 3, all the ones that had 4, all the ones that had 5, right? If you graphed it and you took careful data, you ought to get little steps in this, right? And those steps, if you could somehow analyze that, right, those steps would tell you what E is, okay? So that's the basic idea behind the oil drop experiment.